Ross County had spent the week enjoying their bragging rights after their Highland Derby defeat of Inverness last weekend. They faced a Kilmarnock side with yet more new faces in the ranks. Commentary on this one comes from Rory Hamilton.
There's no Richard Foster or Brian Graham available for Jim McIntyre following their sales. There is just one change from last weekend's Highland Derby triumph as Chris Ruti returns to the starting 11. Lee Clark made 3 new signings on Friday, with both Charlie Adams and Luke Hendrie going straight into the side, but the club are still awaiting international clearance for right-back Dapo Koyade. That's worked nicely wide for Jones. Now George Green fired across, and it's good defending by Jay McFadzean. He was under pressure from Chris Boyd, who was looking to score for the second week running after netting at Hamilton Accies last week. Space for Gardyne. He's up against the new boy, Luke Hendrie, and he goes down. He was blocked off by the man on loan from Birmingham City. And Nick Walsh awarding the free kick. Martin Woods over the free kick and swung in with the left foot, a little too much on it. Andrew Davies, who would have been up for an aerial challenge, is having to retrieve the ball. Forward it comes again, and struck by McFadzean, and he wasn't too far away. It's a total of 15 new recruits this summer for Lee Clark, and they're still just looking to gel. It will take time. Boyce, he's done well there, using his strength to hold the ball up. He has options, and he picks out his strike partner in Curran. Boyce again. Gardyne has space on the left-hand side, swung across. It falls for Boyce. And he needs no second invitation to hammer in the opening goal inside half an hour. It was a hat-trick last week down the road at Inverness in the derby. And Liam Boyce now has 4 goals in his last 2 games. Woods has done well, picks out the pass, and Gardyne is halted by the flag up on the far side. Well, it looked to be a tight call for the officials. Woods' pass, that is very close indeed. It was Curran who eventually tucked the ball into the empty net, but it won't count. Well, Curran won it. This is Franks. Left by Boyce and struck by Gardyne, and he's inches away from the second. Ross County looking for back-to-back victories for the first time in the league since December. Coulibaly was fighting away, and it slipped into Boyd. Well, he was asking the question there of referee Walsh. Quinn and Boyd shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm. No penalty. Gardyne swung into the middle. Ruti went up. He may get another opportunity to maintain the attack for Ross County. Gets the header back from Boyce, but Ruti eventually squeezed out of the opportunity. Good defending in the end. To McIntyre's side are targeting a top 6 finish again this year, and here's Alex Shaw, the substitute, to Boyce, gets a second chance at it and fires in his second of the game. Liam Boyce in fine goal scoring form. The first effort was a miss hit, no doubt about the second, and that's 5 in 2 games for the Northern Irishman. Shock chests it down, then Ruti with the ball forward. Boyce on a hat-trick. He went for power and he couldn't hit the target. Quinn with the ball forward, and Alex Schultz has caused all manner of problems since he came on with his running. Teed up now for Woods. Back it comes to the Dutchman. Schultz, break of the ball, comes now for Gardine. He's just wide in the target, but it will be back-to-back victories for Ross County.
I thought it was a scrappy game. I thought once we got our goal, we played a lot better football. We should have scored a couple of other goals in the second half. I think we Midges got a couple of great chances, and we just failed to hit the target. But you know, the work rate and the effort for the boys, you know, deservedly got them the 3 points today.
We haven't given the service to our two strikers that their two strikers got. And you know, we've made it out there. The Ross County centre halves made it difficult for our two strikers, much more so than my two centre halves with the Ross County strikers. So I think it's probably a fair assessment to say the game was won and lost in those areas.
Liam Boyce with 2 more goals. What a start to the season he is having. And Stephen, last week, I think I said 4-4-2 is going out of fashion. Both these sides played 4-4-2 against each other with contrasting outcomes.
Well, very contrasting, and I think Lee Clark's right. The service up to the front to Boyd and Coulibaly was atrocious, and at times they couldn't get support up to them. And last week we highlighted that it was good in the second half for Kilmarnock because they were getting support against Hamilton up to the players. In this instance, it actually ends up being really good play from Coulibaly, but you can see him looking here for a midfielder just to lay it off to, and there isn't one. Eventually slashes at it, but it ends up a good ball out to the left-hand side.
You know what the crazy thing is as Thomas says, we highlighted that last week. They played Chris Boyd up front in his own. They made the substitution and it made a big difference. You know, this week they go with the 2, but yeah, the delivering at the front 2 is terrible. You know, you can't have 2 guys just standing up there and blootering the ball and expecting them to do, you know, anything. And then this, at the other end, defensively, is just...
It's abysmal.
Oh, terrible.
From the first part of it, you know, it was far too easy. The player getting sold the dummy, and this is just schoolboy. One long ball taking out the whole back 4, and it, you know, Ross County are now in behind them. A poor tackle, a poor challenge, laid back. He gets 2 bites at the cherry, maybe a bit lucky, Boyce there, but the defending is just so bad there from Kilmarnock. They'll have to improve.
And impressive from Ross County, you'd have to say as well, when, you know, arguably they have weakened with the loss of Brian Graham and Richard Foster.
They have weakened without a doubt, but it's back-to-back wins. And in Liam Boyce, they have a player who has now got 5 goals. He scored 17 goals before the turn of the year last year, and he's well on course to repeat that.
Okay.